This is Ethereal Aeons Activation. If you're new to the channel, I'm Leslie Demai. Everyone else, welcome back. So I'm about to share with you a video that someone sent me. It's a short clip. There's about two of them actually, two short clips on the same news plug that was sent out just this last week. And it's not a joke, it's real. Okay, so let's take a look and we'll get right back on it as soon as we watch it.
And a new trend on TikTok may actually have some health benefits. What's this all about?
Okay, so it's something called silent walking.
Okay.
Have you heard of it? No, it's trending on the social media app where TikTokers are actually encouraging people to go out and walk without AirPods or headphones, without podcasts and music playing, and without walking companions. Simply walk in silence, without stimulation, distraction-free. Proponents say it allows people to be alone with their thoughts. They feel more relaxed. They can enjoy nature. They can feel more mindful and think more clearly, and therapists are in agreement.
1000% agree with that.
Do you?
Yeah, because when I first started running, like training for the marathon, I had to hear music, and then I stopped doing it because someone told me it was better. It was so good for my brain to just sort of relax and think.
Okay, I'm going to try it. I usually put a podcast in, but I'm going to try it.
Take it out.
Listen to the sounds of nature.
All right, friends, the newest fascination on TikTok is silent walking. It sounds so nice.
Doesn't it? I could use that right now, just like it sounds. You take a walk without music, without a phone, no distractions. Chelsea Edwards is live at Judson Park to tell us more about the trend and its benefits. It sounds so peaceful, Chelsea. I bet you don't want us talking to you.
I know, but hey, we got to tell you all about this. It combines the benefits of exercise and meditation and nature. So we've got Laura Connolly here with Urban Paths to tell us all about it. Laura, let's get to walking.
Absolutely.
So what are...
You know, as we're standing here, I can hear, when we're in the park, so I hear people playing tennis and pickleball. I can hear traffic off in the distance, which people who walk with me know I kind of pretend that that's ocean. Like, that's just the ocean, right?
That's just the ocean.
Use our imaginations, but start hearing things. And, like, before you know it, like I tell people, it's like almost like how we squint our eyes to see better. We can squint our ears up a little bit and really hyper listen. You hear the breeze through the tree leaves right now.
Hear the leaves.
You can hear kids laughing in the park. And then it becomes like this, you want to hear more and you hear more. Like the more you hear, the more you hear, right? Because
this is incredible. I love this idea. No excuses now that it's getting a little cooler too.
Oh, absolutely.
So this video was proof to me that our reality has been taken over. You've probably noticed that this video and the message in it is very distorted, and it is a complete act of social engineering. And this is the mind virus. This is the virus of the psyche. And if you consent to this type of information and you don't see anything wrong, in my opinion, you're not really human. You're in a realm of the cyborgs. And see, people have this idea that we're not in the future because people aren't connected to metal materials, right? They don't have like metal extra arms and limbs and stuff. But the thing is, AI and humans have already merged, and they're so attached to their devices. They're so dependent on their devices and modern tools, and they're running on 99% of the intelligence supplied by their device, not by their own consciousness. And my point of making this video, most people are no longer of the organic realm. Sure, we are in a holographic reality, but there is spirit here as well. There is an intelligence here, the divine intelligence we speak of, that is found within the Sophionic realm. Nature, Gaia, this cohesiveness. Nature is us, we are nature, but there's been this huge split, and it just happened. It's been happening, but now we see a clip like this, and it's almost like, what are we living in? So to a real human, to contemplate your thoughts, to feel the need to have to step away from your devices is a natural thing. But to the non-organic human, to the non-humans, they can't fathom it. And so I'm not even going to show the clip of the girl who came up with this trending thing of walking, but she full on thinks she invented walking without her phone. She full on thinks she's responsible and this like creator of like, leave your device at home. This is how distorted it is. They're having to like give advice, like they're coming off some sort of drug, like, okay, the first 5 minutes of your walk, They're going to be very intense. You're going to have thoughts racing and just hang in there. And I'm thinking, like, you guys are so sick. There's something wrong with you. There's something really, really wrong with you. This is not okay. And this is beyond social engineering now, because now we have the tools, the AI, the devices that people have been born into the reality with them glued by their sides since they're babies. That's the cyborg. The cyborg is when you see the babies on their screen. The cyborg is when you see the pregnant mother resting her phone on her belly and scrolling. This is what it is. And so, first of all, people are going to say, well, this is modern times. We're in the modern age. This is just how it is now. I'm sorry, honey, but people have been saying that they're modern since before the Renaissance. You're not the first person to say that you're modern. Thousands of years ago, people were more modern than what people are now, even in a lot of ways. So people don't really know what they're saying when they say, oh, we're just modern. This is how it is. Your mind is clouded. It's clouded by the cloud. So don't consent to this as being normal or the new norm. It's not. So if you try to share this with somebody and they don't think it's a big deal, it's because they're a bot. And there's a huge disconnect. They're asleep. They're asleep to this reality. They're asleep to what the reality really is. They only know what's shown on their black portals, on their black screens. And they're so consumed by their black portals that they become a full-time organic portal themselves, or a walking billboard for the suppression of consciousness and the diminishment of self-empowerment. So they're tainted by the entertainment. So entertainment. I actually have the definition of entertainment here. Here it is. Okay. So to entertain, right? We'll break the word down to entertain. To keep up, maintain, to keep someone in a certain frame of mind, hold together, stick together, support. So they're basically, what this is telling you is it's using your consciousness at that moment for you to feed something that they're supplying you. So you're feeding it with your consciousness, and then they get to mold and shape you. That's what that means. So people are being entertained, tainted. They're being tainted. What is left in our reality? This supposed, oh, wow, this article of gotta try this and all this hype on something so stupid, so natural, so matter of fact, and trying to make it into something. This is what's left in the reality. And it's so rendered down and recycled, and yet people fall for it. So take a look at this also. This trips me out when I see how people used to live and what media back then was pushing out and what consumerism was pushing out. It's basically the same stuff, but it was packaged so much differently. And something that always reminds me of this is like when you see the old train carts and how, when people used to go out, they would get so dressed up to go onto a train. And it was this event that would happen. It was like, I'm going on the train. I'm wearing my best outfit and I know it's going to be beautiful and whatnot. And so this is what trains used to look like. They were gorgeous, gorgeous establishments, right? I mean, made out of wood. Things were carved in. Things were so meticulously, consciously placed there. And it's gorgeous. And it's like, what happened? Because now a modern train, you go inside and this is what it looks like. Do you see how there's been a shift? There's been a downgrade, but no one's talking about it. There's been a major downgrade. And we're not even talking about, the behavior or the conversations or the other types of social norms that are going on inside the train amongst people. I mean, it's always been the Archon's realm, right? But at the same time, it's now morphed itself into the AI realm that much more. And we can tell by the designs of the trains, we could tell by the lack of heart and the lack of work and the lack of human ingenuity that was put into it. And that's really the sign of the time as well. And that's what I want to say. Same thing with entertainment, the value, the quality, the what type of like message is actually in there. And again, we don't live in a perfect realm. There's always been agendas. But I feel like people are saying they're living in modern times on their black portals, and they're getting the shitty end of the stick despite it. They think just because they have their phone, they're living in modern times. And it's so we can also take this into context with how cities are and cars and music and everything. It's become less humanized. It's become more AI. And we're saying this is the future, this is modern, but I'm sorry, because my Wi-Fi still goes down all the time. And cars are still breaking down left and right. Shit's still not working functionally here. You buy products now and you got to buy them every 6 months to 2 years because they failed. You're buying a product that was created to fail on you after a certain amount of time. So for those of us who generally seek gnosis, who are not falling back asleep to the collective slumber and are not consenting to be a part of their system, we're becoming fewer and fewer. And watching this video is like, it made me realize like, damn, it's gotten this bad. These organic portals are all over. Anyone who's not fully awakened within the system is an organic portal. And if you're not working on your energy, if you're not working on your energy field, if you're not evolving your consciousness, if you're not clearing yourself all of the time, then you are also one. Are those around you being hijacked? Of course they are. Of course they are. And so then a lot of people waking up are constantly being gaslit by these people who are hijacked. But they still stick around them. You're still hanging around these people. What do you expect? If you're the one person who's awake, but you're still in the middle of everyone else who's not, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to be alone in a world full of organic portals. So this is why reality creation, and this is why creating your own space, your own type of zone away from all of that is so crucial, because the cyborg reality is here. Doesn't mean I don't use technology. It doesn't mean that I don't use the internet, but I don't let it use me. And that's the difference. So you have to learn how to set your own parameters, and you have to be the one that's constantly observing and scanning your own field and the fields around you. And don't watch the news like this, or, don't let things weigh you down. We have to get the information. The problems are real, but the circumstances are all planted there, and they all want your attention, and they all want your focus, and they need it. So they'll do whatever they can to get it. Anyhow, I wanted to just share that with you guys, share with you. I have a lot more to share with you actually about organic portals. This is just a very light introduction to it. I have some really interesting information from occultists and esoteric writers from hundreds of years ago talking about this very thing. They knew this was going on in the 1800s. They knew people were not really people anymore. They knew there was something working behind them. If this was the case, we wouldn't have the world the way it is, right? So there is an explanation to all of this. It's far greater than anything you will hear in a movie, or far greater than anything you will see on your screen. It's out there. And it's literally in your reality. So it's pivotal to prioritize this, because if you really know what's going on, you wouldn't focus on anything else but escaping it. And we can use the word escape, or evolving past it, or creating something different where you're no longer a part of that. And it is very much also like we see, you're being plugged in. You've seen this image before, right? Where everyone's plugged in into their pods. They're plugged into their pods. There is a process of awakening from that. And, that can happen when you transition, or you can start to wake up and merge all the versions of yourself into this reality and allow yourself to be an embodiment of your truest version here now. We're all, people are fractaled into so many different realities, and they're just walking around this one very hollow that they're just taken over. And so we have to start to bring back the wholeness within ourselves as well. And that's where all of our spiritual practices come into play. That's why I'm so passionate about teaching beginners how to sense their own energy and how to cleanse themselves energetically and how to move their own energy and how to no longer feel the need to people please these walking portals around them, and how they can find the self-empowerment to create their own dream dharma, their own everything that they've ever wanted, right? But we have to start somewhere. So check out the links in my description if you'd like to work with me. I have plenty of different ways we can do that. I also am an instructor inside the School of Mysticism, and we definitely share a lot more inside of that private community. And so this is a very watered down version of what's really going on in the reality, but it's still a very strong and assertive message. So I hope this allows you to really keep your eye open and keep striving towards your spiritual liberation. Please subscribe to the channel, share, like, and I will see you very soon.